the ring, kill somebody tonight.
We are live on pay-per-view and the Fight Night channel on the live TV with 6 rounds of championship boxing in the featherweight division. This event is sanctioned by the California State Athletic Commission and Commissioner Peter Davis and Executive Officer Andy Foster. Lead inspector Sean Wells and our timekeeper at ringside, Lorona Ganaway, and our 2 physicians at ringside, Andre Veneno and Jeff Roberts. The main event is brought to you by Red Boxing Promotions International in association with Knockout Artist Promotions, Ray Rock Promotions, and Boa Combat. Sponsored by JB Sports, Estancia Cocina Mexicana, and Southpaw Photography. ¿Están listos? Are you ready? ¿Todos están listos? Is everybody ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it's fight night! This is the GBO Continental Championship bout, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Your judges for this contest are Davey Walton, Ron Scott Stevens, and Ray Armendez. Your third man in the ring is referee Raul Kais Jr. Fighting out of the blue corner from Bakersfield, California, representing Mexico. He stands at 5 foot 6 inches. He weighs 129.7 pounds. He has a perfect professional record of 9 wins, no losses, and 5 big wins by the way of knockout. Introducing Alexis His adversary fighting out of the red corner from Orlando, Florida, representing Puerto Rico. He is the son of a legend. He stands at 5 foot 7 inches, weighing in at 131.2 pounds. He has a professional record of 9 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. Introducing Christian, the real Macho Camacho! At this time, we're going to take final instructions from referee Raul Kais Jr.
All right, fight fans, welcome back into the Loom Color Center here in Ontario, California. Red Promotion presents Unfinished Business, and unfinished business indeed, as we have Christian Camacho, Alexis DeLuna. It's for all the marbles, folks.
For the GBO Continental Championship, and like we said, the winner of this springboards to the next big thing.
That's exactly right. One of these gentlemen are going to have a nice little shiny thing to put in their luggage at the end of the night and have the bragging rights as well.
Camacho being very aggressive here, and not something I expected. Like I said earlier at the show, much more of a slick fighter, trained out of the Mayweather gym for some time. Definitely more of a intelligent boxer than maybe even his father was. And right now he's being aggressive, trying to sort of set the pace, set the tone early, and get DeLuna out of his comfort zone.
Well, he seems to have some confidence going in there. He does know exactly what he's doing. He's taken control of the center of the ring, and he just seems to be really working on the timing of his opponent and the rain. He's going to get that in. But he definitely likes to have that center of the ring. He wants to control that area. He doesn't want to be caught back on the in the corner or on those ring ropes. And
good combination there by Camacho. Another thing to think about is that even though both guys have a similar record, one's 9-1-1, one's 9-0. Camacho though started his career in 2015. Took a couple years off from the ring. So even though he, in terms of fight experience, professional fight experience, is very similar to DeLuna, he has years and years of more experience than DeLuna. Camacho's 30 years old, DeLuna's 22 years old. There is a significant age difference too. Camacho, maybe that age factor will be a positive though, because he's still young enough, and that's years and years of being in the gym that DeLuna wasn't.
Absolutely, and just being a second generation fighter. There are other fighters in his family, so it runs in his blood. He kind of grew up with it.
Yes, exactly.
And there's a difference between starting young and growing up with something and having it just around you every single day, being part of your whole life, and not just a part of it, going to gym or whatever.
Your identity.
It was your whole identity, absolutely. Yeah. And that's why I think a lot of these second generation boxers, fighters, football players, what have you, are so good because they grew up in that environment where they could learn the techniques from people that are very, very, very good.
Yeah.
The best of the best when you reach the things like this, and they're champions
yeah, their baseline for success is far higher than the average athlete because they have the connections already. They have that, like you said, they're walking around when they're born, and it's their identity. Their father, their mother, whatever, is an athlete, is a professional athlete. So their experiences with it is far different. Like you said, the only issue is that they're always compared, of course, to their legendary parent, and often you're going to come across as a poor second because you have a Hall of Fame father. Camacho has to do so much. Christian Camacho has to do so much just to match that legacy. Look at Chavez Jr. He became a world champion, a legitimate world champion, and he's still decried and criticized for not being like his father enough.
He's still in his father's shadow.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you just can't break those bonds. And it certainly goes in other sports. Look at Brian Long, and well, here you go. We'll mesh it a little bit. We've got the Road Warrior with his son who played linebacker.
Yes.
It's just good athletes make other good athletes, whatever they end up wanting to be.
Yes.
And growing up in an athletic household where the nutrition and the training and all thought is being placed on high level of active physical prowess. Most, like you said, regular people don't grow up like that.
No.
And so they grow up with a higher knowledge, a different level of understanding. And you can see it. You can see it coming out.
Camacho trying to play defense here. Good body shots by Camacho. I would say Camacho's offense has been quite impressive because he's been able to land some really hard body shots. He's throwing a lot with that hook. But let's see if DeLuna can sort of come into the fight. Like right now. He seems to be getting a little more comfortable in there.
He's saying his back.
Oh, he might hurt him there.
He said that was behind the head there. But either way, Alexis DeLuna is very composed in there. He doesn't seem to be fazed by who he's in there with. And you see Camacho sporting the Lakers shorts.
I do like it. It's sort of like when Mayweather wears like the sombrero. He's fighting a Mexican fighter. He's coming over to LA, fighting the West Coast guy.
Yes.
He's wearing the Laker colors.
Yes.
A little bit of trolling. I like it.
A little troll, exactly. Yeah, a little. Try to get just a little under the skin. Oh, that was very nice.
And even though all the shots didn't land, it's combination work. You're going to land one of those shots.
You throw three, you land one. That's not bad.
Yeah. Camacho shoulder roll, doing some decent work to deflect that right hand from DeLuna.
And you can tell he was in Whitaker's camp because he, I think I've seen that before somewhere. That was very slick defense, and once again, Alexis DeLuna he's not phased. He's not intimidated by the name.
Oh, good jab there by DeLuna. Oh, left hook. I don't know if it's off balance. No, left hook there by DeLuna. Left hook to the body. Right hand by Camacho, too. Good round.
That was a good round. That was a good round.
I mean, I give the first round to Camacho, but that second round, that's a little bit of a toss-up. DeLuna landed some really good shots there. Camacho landed his own good shots. I may have leaned DeLuna in that one.
You know, that's a very tough round. Camacho seemed to come out and control it a little bit, but like you said, DeLuna came out.
It kind of lost it a little bit in the round.
Yeah. And DeLuna came back strong and connected with quite a few shots.
And I don't know if he hurt Camacho or Camacho stumbled because he was off balance, but I mean, he hit him and he stumbled.
He was going backwards.
Yeah,
yes.
he was.
So either way, again,
the damaging shot there was landed by DeLuna.
Exactly, and the damage was done, and it was right there in front of the judge's eyes. So hopefully they seen that.
Third round already.
It's just warming up. It seems like they're just getting to.
You almost want this to be like an 8-rounder instead of a 6. Get that 2 extra rounds.
It does, huh?
Camacho should keep that jab up. Because when DeLuna does headhunt with that right hand, Camacho does an excellent job of avoiding it. It's only the body work of DeLuna that Camacho really can't deal with right now. Right there. But good counter by Camacho.
Yeah, very good counter. And you can really see that even in his offense, he's ready to throw up that shoulder and arm and defend.
Yes.
And you can tell almost from his stance that he's ready to throw that up at any moment.
And that's probably why DeLuna's a little bit hesitant to jump in there, because Camacho has landed a few shots already. And even though he doesn't have the most power, you just have to respect someone that's hitting you with shots.
And I don't think Camacho is going to be able to drop that left hand too many times and not eat a few punches. I don't know if that's the best thing for him to do, because some punches are going through. He got hit.
If DeLuna can keep up this pace, he's going to take over the fight.
He very well can, and he might be taking over this round. Right here is turning into an MMA fight, and
Camacho complaining to the ref about behind the head.
Yes, that's the second time he's complained.
Hey, but red corners, they have to play to the refs a little bit. He's the more veteran fighter in a sense. He's going to try to play those veteran cards in a way.
Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely. DeLuna's got that left jab, and it's snuck through about 3 times already here.
And the right hand.
Yep. So he's taking the fight to Camacho. And there you go.
Both guys landing good shots.
Nice combination by both.
But if the fight devolves into that, I mean, it cannot be a firefight for Camacho, because Camacho does not have the power that DeLuna has. He will lose that fight. Like we've said earlier in this round, it is slipping away from Camacho. In this round, I think it's sort of that final nail in the coffin that Camacho now has to regroup. He now has to reassess and adapt, because he's losing. He's losing bad right now.
And he's definitely got this round slipping out of his hands, and he needs to do something about it in this last 30 seconds.
Good right hand there by DeLuna. Another good right hand. Oh! 1-2 lands clean.
Oh, no left.
Senses blood in the water right now.
And DeLuna showing no fear. A lot of good head movement.
Chance of Mexico from the crowd. I mean, of course, this is DeLuna's home crowd, and he's showing out right now. That was a fantastic round for him.
That absolutely was a fantastic round for him.
And I'll be honest, the way Camacho looked in there, it looked like he lost some mental steam after those shots were landing. You can tell that he was almost deflated emotionally in there.
Absolutely, and there was a couple of times where he did react, and you know when somebody smiles, that's when they get hurt.
Yes.
And he had him smiling a couple of times, and so you know he was backpedaling. He was reeling from some of those shots that landed, and you're right. He started out great. Slowed down a little bit in round 2, and who knows? That's anybody's round, perhaps. But this was definitely DeLuna's round, and if momentum continues, DeLuna's going to have,
success. He's going to have a lot of success there, and he's going to hurt Camacho.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to have a good time out tonight because he has the momentum going now. It seems like, psychologically speaking, he's won that fight, and now he just has to finish it off with the physical.
Yes, exactly.
Because Christian does seem to be affected by some of those blows I went through. Maybe he wasn't expecting them. Maybe something hurt him a little more than we know. But he's definitely got this fight slipping out of his hands. And he needs to come back in this fight quickly. He needs to win this round.
Usually in a fight, that first round's a feel-out process, but then somebody starts gaining momentum, somebody starts winning. And then at least at one point in every fight, the person that's losing has to adapt. And if they can't, they will continue to lose or get finished. That's just how it is.
And that's exactly it. And Alexis, he's going in. He's got great head movement. He's got great feet work. He's throwing punches in bunches. He's throwing combination. He's landing.
Hard shots.
Hard shots. And it seems to have taken the wind out of the sail of Christian Camacho.
Yes, those body shots definitely have an effect. Good counter there by Camacho.
Yes.
Pull back right straight. Excellent. But see, he's getting clipped like that, and he can't be getting clipped. If you're going to be the counter boxer and land a single right hand and win a round off of that, you cannot be getting caught like this in between.
No, and Alexis is adjusting to every time Camacho moves. Alexis adjusted and got a punch in.
Yes.
He's just not throwing wildly. He's adjusting and looking at his target and hitting it. And there he goes.
It wasn't a knockdown. The ref didn't call it a knockdown. Was it a headbutt? Elbow? It was either a headbutt or an elbow. I think it was an elbow.
It was an elbow. Yeah, I did not see any contact between their heads, but I'm not sure if I had that correct angle to see the whole thing. Hopefully, neither of them are broken open, and we can continue this fight. Looks like everybody's okay, and the referee gives them the signal. I'm not sure if that little break was better for Camacho or for DeLuna. But right there at the end, Camacho was taking some punishment, it looked like, so maybe that might have
definitely benefit him at the very least.
Yeah, it's very beneficial for him to have that stop.
Good left hand there by DeLuna. Camacho needs to be moving on the ropes at least. Absolutely. Oh, good right hand, good left hand there by Camacho.
Absolutely, yes. And he did it coming off the ropes. As you said, he doesn't want to be moving around the ropes or on the corners because that's when he's getting taken advantage of. He moves away and immediately scores some punches. But these guys are in there.
Body work. What are you doing? Come on. What could it be? I didn't see an elbow land. I don't know if anyone at home did. Clearly the ref saw an elbow.
I don't know if it was an elbow or if there was a shot that might have been a little low. But I didn't see anything that was blatantly.
No, he's not complaining about low blows. He's complaining about something to the head.
To the head, yeah. I didn't see it. I didn't see really anything to stop the fight there.
It must be something that when DeLuna throws, he's missing with the shot and then he's hitting with the elbow. That happens. It's rare, but it happens.
Well, and when they were getting in close, there were some elbows being thrown.
Better round for Camacho, but I still give that round to DeLuna.
Yeah, I'd give the same. DeLuna is just too active. He's scoring more.
And the better shots.
And the better shots, absolutely. Yeah, it seems like he has the harder shots. And he has his man going backwards. He has his man on the ropes. And, he's, right now, he's showing a lot of technique, a lot of patience. He's picking his shots, and he's very, very accurate so far.
And aggression like that from DeLuna can only be discounted in terms of judging when it's ineffective aggression. It's clearly not ineffective aggression right now.
No. Back in the ring for round 5. And what do you think Christian has to do to win this fight?
It's tough because right now it's one of those things where I have no idea what the judges are seeing. But how I have it is that he's down 3-1. So it's possible if he wins these next 2 rounds, he gets a draw. It's possible if he wins the next 2 rounds, he gets a knockdown, he wins. That's sort of what he has to do. How he does that, I don't know, because I think his usual game of being the counterboxer is not working. I think this is a smaller ring than he's used to. DeLuna is pressing him too much, and DeLuna is good. DeLuna is not a scrub. He's not some guy from Mexico that you got. He is a talented, undefeated fighter with knockout power, and that knockout power is on display right now.
He just caught him with a right there that got Camacho's attention, and there he is again, up against the ropes.
And for DeLuna, just keep doing this. Keep him stationary along the ropes.
Absolutely.
And then land combinations.
And DeLuna is, at a very young age, looks much more experienced right now.
And honestly, if you watch some of his earlier fights on his Facebook channel or whatever, like his Facebook page, he's come a long way. He's a guy that his footwork has improved drastically, his head movement has improved drastically, his cardio has improved drastically as well. This is DeLuna that has really been shaped by his undefeated record and is now ready for this moment. Camacho, maybe because of the stagnation in his career, that's affecting him. You know, both guys do have a layoff due to COVID, but maybe because Camacho is 30 years old and not 22, that year and a half off affects him more.
Absolutely, absolutely. And DeLuna at age 22 looks very, very calm, very, very methodical. He's not rushing anything. He's picking his shots. He's picking some very accurately thrown punches. And he's got Camacho backing up most of this fight. And there he is again with his back up against the ropes. And DeLuna is scoring.
Oh,
there's
good
another
right-handed.
And again, this is right where Camacho does not want to be, standing stationary.
Oh, good left-handed by DeLuna.
Camacho's
Camacho's landing good shots here, but I don't know if it's enough. I don't know. I don't know if it's enough to win the round or, upset the momentum of DeLuna.
Absolutely, yes. Because DeLuna's not backing down. And he is right there throwing punch for punch, or maybe 2 punches per punch.
Yep.
And he's showing no fear. And
another good round.
Got one more round to go, and he's right there in this fight.
I gave that last round to Alexis DeLuna. Right now I have him up 5 rounds to 1. On my scorecard, at least, Camacho needs a knockout. Again, I have no idea what the judges are seeing.
And that's the whole thing. These judges have shown wisdom in fights, and then took that wisdom and threw it right out the window for the next one. And so you wonder if their glasses went out with it or not, because they're obviously not watching all the fights that we're watching.
At the very least, yes.
I'm sorry, but that's the truth, and I think we kind of both know. Yeah, there were some puzzling decisions earlier. So you're exactly right. We don't know what they see and how they're scoring it.
Some of these rounds are close. Like the last round was competitive. That's different than being a toss-up round. I think people often misunderstand that. Oh, that's a close round. It was a competitive round. That does not mean it's a toss-up round. Toss-up round means like that first round, Luis Rubalcaba and Charles Clark. Nothing happens or too much happens, and you have no idea who's winning it really.
Exactly, and I have it 3 rounds to 2, but there's that one round that could have been a toss-up. I could get easily given it, away, and would have a 4-1 type thing. So it's closer than I think what the scores are going to show.
Yeah.
But definitely, Camacho needs to do something spectacular to win this fight. He has 2 minutes and 8 seconds to do so.
Camacho, I don't think, is really trying to get the knockout here. I think he understands that he's going to lose this fight, and that pressing De Luna will probably just get him hurt more.
Well, it does seem that De Luna does have Camacho on his bicycle, because he's backing up, he's moving away, and it seems like the momentum from round 1 to round 6 has just slowly but surely gone towards De Luna.
Yeah.
And you can hear the crowd. They know it.
And it's one of those things, too, where, yeah, maybe some rounds are close, but we know who's the one really hurting there, who's the one that's having to adapt. It's Camacho. He's the one that's hurting there. He's the one that has to adapt. Regardless of how close these rounds are in the 10-point life system, De Luna is clearly winning the fight.
Yes. Whether you score a couple of rounds differently than you or I might, I don't think anybody can sit here, except for maybe the judges, and see that Christian Camacho is losing this fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's going to have to do something. He's got 48 seconds left to do it. Just seems to me that Alexis De Luna has been the better boxer.
Yeah, because it's not just aggression and power that's winning it for De Luna. It is skill. Like you're saying, like he's bobbing and weaving to get on the inside. His head movement is light years better than when he started. His footwork is a lot better than when he started. And that's allowing him to get on the inside and land those shots. It's not just aggression and athleticism. It's skill behind that, absolutely.
And there's some technique and skill right there for you. He is really showing some great boxing skills. And I would love to see some fight stats and the accuracy at which Alexis has been throwing his punches.
Great fight.
What an awesome fight.
Good fight. Very.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of championship boxing in the main event, we have a unanimous decision. We now go to our scorecards. Judge Ron Scott Stevens scores about 59 to 55. Damian Walton scores about 60 to 54. Judge Ray Almendares scores about 58 to 56. Your winner and new GBL Champion Alex.
Got it right. The judges got it right.
Well, let's give the judges a hand. They did see it correctly. The right fighter won, and there he is with the belt. And his hand raised, truly deserving of this win.
Fantastic performance from Alexis De Luna. Honestly, he won almost every round on my scorecard. He hurt Camacho quite a few times, showed drastic improvement from his last few fights. And now is in a position, he's 10-0, just beat Christian Camacho. Are the big promoters going to be calling him right now? It's very possible.